The following podcast contains language and themes that some people may find offensive. It also contains discussions about kids, sandpits, and other things. Why am I doing the intro? Well, because my internet fucked up midway through this episode, and I wanted to feature more in it because put it this way, Hayley does a lot of the heavy lifting. Anyway, enjoy! Hello and welcome to That Was the Week That Was it? The podcast that really makes your ears tingle. If it doesn't, well, tough. I'm Alex Sievewright, and joining me for this episode is Hayley Pettitt. Hello, Hayley.
Hello, Alex. How are you?
I'm all right. How's your day been?
Yeah, it's been all right. Well, I say that I was a bit hungover today, so I've been sort of slobbing and not really doing much.
Oh dear. What were you on last night?
I can't remember.
Okay.
It's that kind of night now.
Okay, when they stumble, it's hard drugs. You know, because most people know what they drank, so that's
Pinot.
heroin.
It's always Pinot. It's Pinot. No drugs. No drugs. No, just for the record, no drugs.
Yeah.
No,
We do have random drugs tests coming in for this series, Hayley. You know that, don't you?
Fair play. I'm going to be delivering them. So,
but you do need to pass. That voice you heard was our guest for this episode. It's stand-up comedian and writer Athena Kugblenu. How are you?
I feel terrible for interrupting your banter, but just so funny when you were like, I can't remember what I drank, and I know you know exactly what fucked you up. You know, she knows. It was the poppers, man. It was the poppers.
I don't even know what that is. So.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
no,
okay. I'll send you a leaflet later, and goes into
my
all the
sister always
details.
takes the piss out of me because I'm so not streetwise at all. Like there are so many things. I'll say something, she'll go, "Mate, you can't say that," and I'm like, "What? It just means idiot." And she's like, "It doesn't mean that, babe. It doesn't mean that." And I'm like, oh.
Well, there we go. So, Athena, we are here to talk about your week. It's all about Athena. So we're going to start at the beginning, as weeks tend to do. Monday, how was that for you?
Well, can we just? So, are we saying weeks start on Monday? Because I never know if they start on Sunday or Monday.
Okay.
Monday.
So is this? I mean, I just really like.
Whatever
Well,
you
I'm
want.
happy to start on Monday. I'm just looking for consensus, really, and this is just another.
I mean, I've always started on Monday, and because that's like your working day. Sunday's a day of rest. It's like the finale of the week, as far as I'm concerned.
Good little Christian boy, aren't you? Love
No,
it.
not at all.
Oh yeah, because it's the day of rest. Yeah, because I get it the sweats when someone says, "Oh, I'll see you next Sunday," and I'm like, "Is that this?"
Yeah,
Sunday.
this Sunday or the next Sunday. Yeah.
Because if it's the beginning of the week, then it's the week after, and if it's so, honestly, it's a big thing for me. So let's start on Monday.
Let's do that.
So I got out my diary. I'm one of those people that if you asked me what I did yesterday, I wouldn't remember. It's a nightmare. So I got vaccinated actually because I just thought I got addicted to it. I'm traveling. I'm going abroad, so I got some travel vaccinations. Even though I think they were personally, this whole thing like, if you go to these countries, you've got to get your hepatitis A. I think there's probably more of it swimming around. They're literally paying compensation to people right now if we've been caught hepatitis because of the contaminated blood scandal here. They're making you get jabbed to go to like Ghana, where people live quite happily. And it's obviously where I'm going. But then they put fear in you, innit? Because you've got to do it. Well, you don't have to do it, but it's all about risk.
Yes.
So I got all sorts. I got typhoid and Hep A, and my kids got all sorts. I don't even know what they got. They just got loads.
Wow.
You know how you get anti-vaxxers and they're problematic? Yeah. I'm the opposite, and that's equally problematic because I my kids got some stuff on Monday, and I couldn't tell you what it was, but they're fine.
They do that with the kids ones though, don't they? I've got 3 kids, and when they do all their boosters and stuff, they go, "Yes, it's got this," and then I go home and my husband goes, "What? So what did they get vaccinated against?" And I haven't got a clue.
And they come up to the box. They come up to the box, and they go, "Right, we're giving them polio," and they point at something, and the word they point at does not say polio. It says stuff I want to salmon, and they go, and this is all the active ingredients, and they say this is the expiry date, and I say to them, I gave them bread that was 2 weeks fucking overdue. Like I'm not. That's the least of my concerns right now.
Not
But
bothered about that.
that's the least, but it's just so funny the way they say this is what I'm giving them. Like what you put, it's just a box of germs to me. I don't know what it is. You could be turning my daughter to Spider-Man right now. I've got no idea. But you just do them. You just do them to be a responsible citizen. So I got to, and then like my partner was like, "Are you getting malaria medication?" I was like, "No, it sends you loopy." But then I got it anyway because they're all getting it, and now I'm like, "Well, if they all take it and they don't get malaria, if I get malaria, I'll look like a dickhead." So
That's it. No, that's it.
I've had to sit £45 for the course.
What?
Honestly,
wow.
poppers are cheaper. All right, they're cheaper.
This is good to know.
It is peace of mind, isn't it? It is peace of mind, and you know that if they do get anything else that you haven't covered, then that's on you. You know,
I want to get off the plane, come to the UK, and get monkeypox for all of this.
Yeah,
fucking
you watch.
So that was fun, and this is
so on. Did you have like because obviously like with the vaccination we have for COVID and stuff like that, there was some side effects. Do you still get the side effects with those vax?
No, but both COVID vaccinations made me hideously sick to the point where I was like, oh, that Lawrence Fox got a point.
Yeah.
I was like Lawrence Fox. Yeah, I was very ill. Both to the point where it was a real, like I had to schedule taking them. But obviously not the first time because I didn't know, but I think we got boosted in it, and for the second one I scheduled it where I had a quiet period because I thought I didn't want to be unwell, and I was perhaps more unwell. But I was told that if you've had, I don't know if it's true or not, if you've had COVID before, the boosters make you more unwell. I don't know if it's true or not. It's probably just bullshit. I don't know. They just say unwell. But then I got COVID, and the second time I got COVID, I was way better than the first time I got it. So it's a trade-off, isn't it? Like you either got shit from the vaccine or shit from the COVID.
What a choice.
But it was a weird feeling getting the vaccines because it was like I know I'm going to be ill on this one, but it's weird, like you say.
I wasn't though. I wasn't. I was fine.
Well, big head.
Maybe they just jabbed me with water. I don't know. You don't know what it is, do you?
Maybe.
I did more stuff on Monday. I did more stuff. Is that? I mean, I can tell
yes, please do. What did you do? What else did you do?
So I've got weddings to go to, and it's going to be like traditional Nigerian, well, actually traditional Nigerian Indian, because the couple have Nigerian and Indian heritage. So we're getting an outfit made. Oh. And I went to, we went on the Saturday to pick up our outfits, but the shop was just shut because
just shut.
It's just that there's a certain level of customer service that you have to kind of just absorb and accept when it comes to certain independent retailers. So I went back on Monday and it wasn't shut, but she was in the process of making, like she was at the sewing machine making what we'd ordered, and she was like, oh, she said she was really busy because loads of people had come in to like get wedding outfits done, and I was like, yeah, I'm one of those people.
Yeah, where's my outfit?
Yeah, so I actually have to go back again to get the outfits, but then we had a nice chat though, so that was that. I mean, it didn't make the news at 10, but it's made this podcast, and
that's good. That's good. So is it like an elaborate sort of dress?
It's not even elaborate. It's like an off-the-shoulder thing. That's to be fair, this dressmaker's really sick because but what you do is you take a picture of what you'd like and you give her the material and she just makes it. And it's it's like 40 quid to make it, and we got the material separately. And that's like, if you go and buy a dress for £40, it's not like, you know, it's a dress that you get. You can go to H&M and get it for £40, right? She's hand making it, and so she's really. It's really.
That's amazing.
Not bad, is it?
That's real good. Give me a number.
Off the corner, give you but just don't make sure you give it lots of notice. Don't go on a Saturday. Factor in the costs of like travelling back and forth to the shop because when you get there it's closed and the inconvenience and all that kind of stuff. And it's cash.
You should put a price into it. Shouldn't be so busy then. Come on.
That's probably it as well. And it's cash only. I think it's just her. I don't think she's got people helping her. As traditional African dressmakers like tend to be. But she's really talented and she's made some nice stuff that we're gonna. Well, I'm assuming she's made some nice stuff.
When you finally see it.
When we see it. But that was good. I've got 2 little kids, so I had to drag them to Tottenham and drag them out the car, go to the cash point because James takes cash, go to the shop. They're running around like maniacs because it's summer and they got, you know, and they're with me. So that was that. And then to punish them, I got them vaccinated. And they got stickers. I didn't get stickers.
Grown-ups get stickers. I want a sticker.
I mean, we got stickers for the COVID ones, didn't we?
Wasn't that just proof?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah,
that was just proof you're not a dickhead. You know, well done. Well done. The funny thing about COVID was everyone was like, "Oh, you might get side effects." And like, any medicine you buy comes with a massive leaflet with font 7 writing, with all this. You can't even buy 2 packs of paracetamol in a row because you can kill yourself on it. You can literally commit suicide. It costs 40p. Surely, if you want people to not kill themselves, just make it cost £2 a packet. And the funny thing is, all you got to do is you go to Superdrug and buy 2 packets, go Sainsbury's and buy 2 packets. Come on. So there's this medicine that costs 40p that you can use to top yourself, and people are running around talking about COVID. Like, guys, like literally, Anadin Ultra can literally crush it and kill your enemies with it, and you're complaining about COVID. Bizarre. It was just really, really sort of bizarre, sudden care and anxiety about side effects of medicine, and it's like, let me tell you what your girl's fucking pills doing to her. I bet you weren't like, but when the consequence, baby or breast cancer, I'll let her increase our chance of breast cancer. You know, good, because we don't want you to breed. Actually, anyway, I'm just going off on one. I mean the anti-vaxxer, not the. You know, anyway, I'm going off.
Athena, I'm just going to say at this point, I love you. I think you're amazing. Well said.
Anyway, so it's all over now.
It is.
It's all over now because they've gone quiet. But yeah, so Monday, vaccinated and went to pick up some clothes that weren't available.
Nice. Nice. I'd like to say actually about side effects. I just reminded myself of I think it was antidepressant drugs I was on a while back, and the side effects were possible constipation and diarrhea, and it's like,
which?
Well,
it's a gamble. I'm not feeling depressed enough as it is. I'm going to get constipated and shit myself when it happens.
How can it be one of the other two? Like, what kind of? I don't like. What kind of? That's a very. So I do think a lot of this medicine is just like. Sometimes they're just covering themselves. Like, they did all their tests, and one person had a dodgy curry the night before and got the shits, and one person just doesn't get enough fibre and was constipated, so they just put it. They're like, I'll just put it in the fall. Just in case.
Just in
case. Because
don't be surprised if this happens to you.
When I was at uni, I'd done medical testing once.
Did you?
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What did they do to you?
They made us eat a full English breakfast. At this time, I was still eating meat and all this nasty. They made us eat we had to stay overnight, I think, for 2 or 3 days, and they made us eat a full English breakfast. And they gave us some meds. Well, it kind of. And they also made us drink like a cup of milk, which at the time. I hate milk. My whole life I hate milk. And when they were like said, "Oh, you've got to do this," I was like, "Do you think?" I was probably trying to get out of it, you know. They was paying me like $1,000, so I was like, "I'll fucking drink this milk for $1,000." And they gave us some medicine, and they tested our blood before eating, and they tested our blood after eating. If it was like headache medicine. And they said, if you get any side effects, tell us. And it gave me this warm, fuzzy feeling. I thought saying, shit, I've got an overdraft. But it turned out fine. I'm still, I forgot about this. They were like, you know, if you get any side effects, you've got to tell us. And I was like, yeah, I'll tell you. I'm fucking broke. My arm's got to fall off before I say that anything. I mean, the kind of people that do medical testing are people who really need money. Like, that's the reality. It's not a hobby.
Yeah. I nearly did it recently, and I did flu camp because it's like $3,500, I think, for you put away for 2 weeks.
Oh, that's because you were also. My understanding is men. There are some medicines they will only test on men, so you can make a bit more money. But it's risk. But there's more risk because
men making more money than
women. But it's danger money. It's danger money.
Okay, well, yeah, it's the story of our life, really, isn't it? God, well, that sounds. I mean, I do want to do it still. I'm quite intrigued by it because I want 2 weeks away
being waited on hand and foot. I don't mind.
You get well looked after, I've got to say. But it was I did it in my first year of uni, and afterwards they invited me to more trials, and I just sort of got a job. I thought I'd rather get a job than drink milk again. But flu camp is one you see adverts for that in the tube. Flu camp. I mean, it just sounds like Camp America, like flu camp. Yeah, you can go build a raft and
team building.
Banana boats and stuff like that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Well, I read that each room comes with a PlayStation 3.
Three?
And if that's not, and if that's not incentive, I don't know what is.
Excellent. So they're obviously pitching towards people of a certain age.
Yes, clearly.
PlayStation 3. I can't even visualize a play. That was PlayStation 3. What it looks like. Brilliant. Excellent. When they do one for N64s and GoldenEye, let me know.
Yes. But you can't have multiplayer though, because you've got to be on your own. Nightmare. All right. So Monday was vaccinations and dress fittings. Sounds like fun. Tuesday. What happened on Tuesday, Athena?
So Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I dropped my kids off at my mum's house, and my brother came to look after them. And then I went to have my pictures taken in a park. In North London, because I needed some publicity shots. The publicity shots I use now are like quite old. And put it this way, I've got a 4-year-old, and in one of them, I was in the early stages of pregnancy. So every time I look at that picture, I see my daughter running around, and she's 4 years old, right? So she could like talk and run around and stuff. And it's like, oh my God, like I look at this picture and she's like an embryo. I thought I'm well overdue so many publicity shots. So I was I was frolicking in a park because I like natural light. With a friend of mine who's a photographer, who I pay all my creative friends. Market rates as well for reasons I don't know why. I should. I just can't. Anyway, but he's very good. He's very good.
Real. You're real, Athena. That's why. That's why.
Do you know? Yeah. Hopefully, in the next life, it'll fucking. I don't know. I'll get a nicer cloud. Something I don't know.
Maybe.
Heart. My heart will be in tune, or maybe I'll just get to haunt like a really cool. Like, I get to haunt Boris Johnson or something. Like I'll get a really good haunted. I'll get a really good house, but that would obviously mean I'd have to die before him. So. And with all these vaccinations I'm having, I might just do that.
Not necessarily, though. You could probably haunt his ghost, maybe. I mean,
that'd be funny. Haunting ghosts.
That'd be great.
Like, what if heaven and hell was people in heaven being matched up with people in hell, so they could like invoke hell on the person they hated? So basically, what if heaven is holding the poker? You know, and what if hell is being on the receipt? I just invented a new religion. This is great. So I'll just put it down for what I've done on today, Thursday. I invented a religion in which people who go to heaven are the punishers, and people who go to hell are the punished. Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd make a good novel, wouldn't it?
That's brilliant.
So I got to be done.
It's got to be done. Yeah.
You got to write a book now. That's it. That's your book. That's your book idea.
Because it has to be book, can it not just be like a short sketch on TikTok? Can it not be something on TikTok? Something.
Just do a TikTok. Just do a TikTok.
Yeah.
Just basically point up there and then point down there and then put some graphics on, and that's it.
I'd done my first TikTok that day as well. No word of a lie.
There you go.
No word of a lie, because not that I'm running out of things to do when I'm bored. So I thought, let me just start doing TikTok. And what happened was I did my nails to get this photo shoot done the day before. And then I did the photo shoot. And then I noticed by the time my nails are done, like by the evening, my nails are just, actually you can see them now on the camera. Like, I haven't bothered to clean them. The nails are just done. Now the bottle says it's 7-day polish. Now, it's just 7 days on Mercury. Like what? I don't like 7 Earth days, because I understand that to be Monday to Sunday or Sunday to Monday, and this is less than 24 hours. So I made a TikTok, and I was really pleased with it, because a lot of people I know who do TikTok, and people keep telling me, you've got to get on TikTok, blah blah blah. So I've got my pictures taken in the park, and I made a TikTok, and that was life affirming.
Nice.
Good.
So these photos you took in the park, are you like on a slide, or on swings, or?
No, why weren't you there? Oh my god, I should have done that, like Vlog Flume, or like
completely,
like a catalogue selling cardigans. Oh no, I was just like sat on bench.
Oh,
you know, stood up in front of wall like an idiot. And there's a bloody parks. And as I was going past the parks and the playgrounds, I was saying to my photographer, these parks are really cool. We bring my kids here. Then I remarked, like, this is what happens when you're a parent. You look at a playground, that's a good playground. Oh yeah, that's a good playground. That'll keep them distracted for 20 minutes so I can do my TikToks. And I should have thought, I need to be on that swingy airplane. You know, they get those things, you sit in them and they kind of on springs. And you go back and forth.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I had loads of it. I should have done, and I'm a comedian, right? So that's that's fun. That's funky.
Yeah.
That what says I'm going to make you laugh more than sitting on a ladybird that goes back and forth and being too heavy for it. So it just like swings to the ground a bit too much.
That's it. But,
the ladybird's scraping the concrete.
The only problem there is that people will expect that in your act. That's the only problem. So when they come and see you and you haven't got the ladybird, they'll be like, oh, what is this?
Yeah, I'm quite dour actually. That might not have worked, but I should have done a few to try. Like they were very standard. I'm looking at the camera. My name is Athena.
Yeah.
Photos. Yeah. I'm fairly introverted, so next time.
Definitely next time.
The parks were very busy. I'd have had to kick some kids off the equipment to do.
That's a small
to
price.
Do that. So maybe for the best.
That's a small price.
You have to go in term time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's still half term, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, it's half term. Are you joking? It's summer bloody holidays.
I don't have kids. I don't know the differences between all the holidays.
You don't need to have them to know. All you've got to do is leave your house. We'll come on to what I did today, but it's certainly some holidays. It's lovely, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's not.
I feel like we should stagger. So some kids should get them some month, and some kids get them another month, just so it's not all at the same time.
No, definitely. Definitely. And it always springs up on me because I say I don't have children, so I'm out 1 week and everything's accessible, everything's fine, and then next week it's just why
carnage, absolute carnage.
Why are they everywhere?
Where all these children come from?
Yeah, little people. Anyway, so Wednesday, Athena, what was that about?
So Wednesday I had my kids again. I went to an actual we've got a playground near us with a big sandpit in it, and I don't normally like my kids going to like public sandpits because they're full of like dog poo.
Shit.
But this one is like, this park's really well looked after and you can't take dogs into the playground bit, so it's full of everything else but fox poo, otter poo, whatever you find in the park. but not dog poo, and it's great. So we went there, and they went in the sandpit. And they spent ages there, because the good thing about sandpits is you can leave them in there and you can fuck off and like sit on a bench. They can't, if they're on a slide, they can fall off a slide. If they're on swings, they can fall off a swing. If on a roundabout, God forbid you leave your kids alone in a roundabout, end up with bloody mincemeat for children, man. That's not good. Sandpit. Oh, so that's my tip, parents. Find a good park with a sandpit in your area, because you can sit them in there and buy very. That you can't spend too much on sandpit toys. You can't spend. I went to Argos and I got $14.99. Now you might think 15 quid for sandpit toys. Fucking hell, mate. Invest. It's an investment. Truck, bucket, crabs, seahorse, fucking spades, a fork. Like, honestly, it keeps them. And then all the other kids want your stuff, so they just get even more occupied because they make friends. So invest in sandpit toys and find a good sandpit park, and that's guilt-free doom scrolling on Twitter for a good half an hour. They might get ticks, but I mean, it's well worth it.
That's a good payoff.
Yeah. Well, also, you have to make sure that the sandpits aren't too deep as well, I guess.
Yeah, and it has. And also it needs to be large, because otherwise you don't want to crowd the sandpit. But I forgot to mention, on Monday I also weighed my son. I've got to get this in, it's really important. My son eats like I can't even describe how much he eats. It's frightening. I feel like the Channel 5, if people Channel 5 knocked on my door and said, do you want to be one of our documentaries about people eating too much? I'm like, yes, I got this boy, and he doesn't stop eating. It's just he'll eat adult portion. It's just incredible. So we got him weighed on Monday, because you weigh your kids, right, to make sure you're not fucking them up. And I mean, there are lots of ways to mess them up. And one of the ways is that you don't teach them about food. And they said he's fine. They said he's actually gaining weight at a slower rate than I was. Well, I was like, but he's a bin. Like, I literally just piled food in him. So I was so happy that was great. But we went to the park anyway. But I thought, he still needs exercise, because we make a point of getting him having him be really active. We eat so much. So that's another reason why I went to the park, because I was like, well, I've got to keep doing what I've been doing with him. So I had to get him out of the sandpit, and he's very camp, my son. You know, who's that? Is it John Inman? He was like, chase me. Yeah, that guy. My son's like that. He loves being chased. So he's always like, chase me. And you've got to leg it after him. And he looks behind and giggles and like goes, it's super camp, super cute. So we did a lot of chase me around. Nice. I should say he's 22 months for people who that means anything to. So he's 21 months. But anyway, so we did a bit of so sandpit, chase me. And the girl is 4. She's old enough to do her own shit now. So, you know, she did her own, made some friends. She played pirates with some friends. Nice. That means nothing to you. It means nothing to me either. You can talk to me.
My kids love pirate games. Honestly, they could play pirates all day long. I don't get it, but they love it.
I think they pretend something is a boat. You just have to pretend something is a boat. It can be a bit of play equipment. It could be the roundabout. Yeah. There's a part of the park that's assigned boat, and the rest of the park is assigned sea. And then there's a lot of running around. And my daughter's very friendly. She's whenever we're going anywhere, she says, "Will there be little people there? Will there be little people?" Now I don't know if she means children or actual little people. Either way, she's never disappointed. It's always one or the other. So and I'm like, it's a playground. If there aren't little people there, then it's not something wrong playground. With it. It's a Wetherspoons. Do you know what I mean? If there aren't little people there, I'll take him to the pub. So she always likes to make friends and all this stuff. And she makes a point of hugging everyone. I'm like, yo, big friend, you're looking desperate now, love. When she when they older. Anyway,
play it cool, kid. Play it cool.
Wednesday was playground day, and then What if it's not a sandpit? What if it's just loads of vomit? That was covered by sand, and we were all playing in it.
Oh, like someone just really threw up violently in the park.
And they said, we might as well.
I'm sure
we might as well make a sand pit now, guys. There's so much sand here.
Maybe that's how the first one happened.
Save a few quid on sand. Set a precedent.
Why not? Indeed. So I mean, nice. They should make. I was about to say they should make adult sand pits, but they kind of do. They're beaches, aren't they? So yeah. We've unfortunately, because we live in Eastbourne at the moment, and the only beach we've got is a stone beach, like a pebble beach, and that is horrible.
Yeah, but sand's a bit shitty as well, though, isn't it? I mean, it gets bloody everywhere, doesn't it? It's horrible.
I'm not a big fan of,
especially with your kids. I mean, they just eat it and everything. It's disgusting.
And they want to build sand castles. It's just
God, I want to learn sunbathe.
There's nothing duller than building sand castles with the toddlers because they're not old enough to make them proper. They just want to. So she will spend like an hour just filling the bucket. She won't even. I'll be time to put it out now, and she'll be like, no. Still filling out the bucket.
Oh, come on!
It's literally it's very conceptual. Their love of making sandcastles, like they say, at the age of my kids. That's not. They don't actually want to build it. It's just it's like a deconstructed love of. They're like bits of the process. So my daughter loves the filling out the bucket bit. And that's what she does. It's mind numbing. It's so mind numbing.
So they like the idea of sandcastles, but actually doing it is another matter.
They've just not connected the dots in terms of it being a joyous activity. They need to get a bit of water, dampen the sand, fill out the bucket, turn it upside down.
Yes,
and do it lots of times. Then they make a big castle. No, it's very dull. Yeah. So pebbles, man, don't take pebbles for granted.
Well, I mean, you can't really make a pebble castle. That's the problem.
Why would you want to?
I've tried. Believe me, I've tried.
Why?
Because there was nothing else to do. I was locked out.
He's in Eastbourne, in your area. Not much going on there.
I'm in Eastbourne. So I mean, Hayley, do you like giving your kids off to a sand pit, or do you prefer the more rudimental slides and what have you?
I don't like any of it, if I'm completely honest. I find it all
really?
really, really dull. They recently installed a sandpit at nursery, though, much to my joy. So every day they come home and they're covered because it's hot, so they've got suntan lotion on. They put the suntan lotion on. They get in the sandpit. They get absolutely caked in sand. It literally just sticks to their bodies. And then they come home and they're not allowed in the house until they've tipped their shoes out, because there is literally like a little pile of sand on our front porch at any given time. And it's just everywhere. And I give them a little cuddle, and then a bit later I'm sort of, just having a drink or something, like, oh, what's that in my mouth? And I've got sand in my mouth, and it's just because I've given them a little kiss or something. I'm like, sand, no, just no.
I feel that way about glitter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nothing gets up. It sticks. It doesn't matter how hard you scrub. It just doesn't. I once took my kids to this really ghetto park thing. It was like this pop-up fun fair in Essex, right? So everything about it is like, why are you taking your kids here? But in hindsight, at the time, I thought I was being a good mum doing an activity with them. And they did this face painting thing. And I swear to God, what they did was they put this it was like glue onto my children's face. And then they dumped the paintbrush into a bucket of and it really was just bog standard glitter and glittery stars. And they painted it onto the glue. Days I was finding that shit everywhere. I was like, none of this is child's. Why? I can't imagine. You guys Poundland, you get the craft supplies. It was literally they were using Poundland craft supplies to do this. So it wasn't face painting. I don't know what it was, and it was just the work. Wow. And obviously my kids have afro hair, so it's just if you can imagine, it's so curly. It's like what lies beneath. 3 years later, you'll find a bit of crayon or something. Oh God!
Horrible. That's horrible. I did a pantomime, and I did have a beard in it, and that's not a good combination. Full stop. So I was finding glitter every bloody where, but it's not good. It's not good at all. Ban it. Ban glitter.
Ban the glitter.
Well, you know how you can't sell knives to under 18s? You shouldn't. Yeah. We should have that approach to glitter.
I think so.
They shouldn't. We just shouldn't let under 18s near it.
Yeah. And anything that causes a nuisance should be banned. For under 18s.
Absolutely. The bath time after a sand pit and glitter day, the rim that's left around the bath after you wash, it's just disgusting. Oh yeah, these kids are so dirty.
Oh, but they had fun though. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
No,
I suppose so. They won't thank you for it. In 10 years' time, they'll be calling me all sorts of names and telling me,
"You never did anything with us, Mum. You never took us anywhere. Or did
you're
nothing
thinking about,
with us."
You're thinking about,
oh my God,
all the glitter you washed out of their butt crack. They don't...
Touché.
Such an image, it really is. Wednesdays, sand, butt cracks, marvelous. Thursday, what happened on Thursday?
So on Thursday, did something very exciting. We went to the Natural History Museum, which is
that's good. Good.
Yes.
And I was very good, and I booked it in advance, and I don't know why, but I went onto the website and it said, "Do you want to book tickets?" So I thought, well, I'll book them, and then I also booked tickets to see, the Diplodocus. If you've ever been, it's we used to go when we were kids, right? I think everyone goes from all over the country, and it was a big Diplodocus, and apparently it went away, and now it's back. So I booked tickets to see that. Yeah. And we went, and we took 2 trains, and my partner's not in the country at the moment, so it was just me and these 2 kids. And I spoke to him today, and he was like, "Oh, how did you get there?" And I said, "We took the train and the tube." He said, "That wasn't really hard." And I was like, "No, it was really easy. It was really fucking hard. It was so hard." These disobedient children, pushchair, bags, and all kinds of stuff.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but it was great. So busy. Apparently, I'm not the only person that's trying to be a good parent. Everyone is. It's just people making up for lost time. Just so many, so crowded, so many children. But what was really cool is, I don't know if you have any young people in life who do this, but my daughter has this random question. She'll be every now and again, "Mum, Mum, Mum," and I'll go, "What?" And she'll go, "Where do rocks come from?" I swear down. Like, it's this question, where do rocks come from? Where do rocks come from? So we went to find out where rocks come from. So now when she asked me, I can say, we fucking found out. We're at a whole museum. So why are you asking me?
Do you remember?
And the coolest thing about it's obviously the Natural History Museum. It's got a big geological kind of section, and all the rocks will be tactile. So she got to be, that kid who's like feeling all the rocks and looking interested. But she's 4, right? So after a while, it's just the same information. They come from volcanoes. Like, that's it. There's not much. You can't really take in, because it cooled at low temperatures, it formed marble-like structures that formed crystals. And that's why this kind of method is good. It's like, you couldn't understand that stuff. So it was like, oh, this is a volcano. That's a volcano. Yeah, they're all from volcanoes. Yay! But she really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed, actually, genuinely, I enjoyed having getting them on back. I'm sure she's asking me that question to annoy me, and now I'm like, yeah.
And then you're like,
now we're learning. So
nice.
and the boy just was like bored all day, and then I got out flapjacks, and then he was thrilled with the flapjacks. But it was so busy, and I spent the whole day furious with everybody because no one was getting out of my way. The girl kept running. I've got a leash for her, and I just had to put her on the leash and tie her to the buggy because she was just literally going crazy, looking at chasing after things, wanting to touch things. Wasn't that impressed by the dinosaurs, if I'm honest. Which is weird because they're more impressive than rocks, but there you go. There's no accounting for taste, guys. But she liked Diplodocus and she liked Tyrannosaurus Rex, which are the main ones. You know.
Excellent.
That's true. That's true. I remember when I went to a sort of museum like that in Colorado, and there was a woman who was behind us during like the dinosaur part of it, and she was like, I can't believe they are peddling these lies to people. God did not put these here. God did not do that. I just, shut the fuck up. Why are you here?
Was she related to Lawrence Fox, do you think?
Oh, I don't know. But why was she even there? You know?
Oh, good question.
Makes no sense. So,
but it is like, I mean, I do find these things genuinely, like, I get awestruck. You know, I try to hold it down because I've got to look cool about the kids. But you kind of like, you look at these things and they're massive and they're 150 million years old. And even just the practicalities of excavating them and just understand, I find it all, I genuinely do. I was like proper trying to read everything. I find it really fascinating. And like, what more evidence do you fucking need? Like, they literally dug them from the ground.
Exactly.
I know, right? I know.
But it is great.
It's like they were planted there or something.
Maybe they were, but who could be asked? Do you know what I mean? It's like crop circles. I mean, like, that's the limit of our what, you know, that's as much we'll do a crop circle, but we're not going to fucking build dinosaur skeletons and bury them meters deep all around the world in the most inaccessible locations. Like, we can't be asked, mate. We'll build Stonehenge for the crack, but we're not burying it. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, but what's great about the museum is that it's really old, probably one of the most famous museums in the country, but still really dated. Like, a lot of the stuff is clearly from like 1984. It still had, like, I'm 40 years old, and it still had the shit that we were looking at when we used to go on school trips and stuff, and I was fucking thrilled by that. I was like, if I was unimpressed by the earthquake room in 1993, then my daughter's going to come here in 2022 and think it's shit as well. And I love that connection. There's an earthquake room. And I said, were you scared? And she went, no. It was literally a highlight of my day. It's an earthquake. It's an earthquake. It's an earthquake. She looked at me like, what? Like, this is literally disrespectful to actual. It's a natural disaster, and this is just a little. This is just nonsense. But yeah, a really nice day. So too busy, and the coffee was £3.60, so they can,
Wow.
And it was like clearly filter coffee as well. They call it Americano, but
at least if it's a good coffee, you don't mind so much. But no, oh dear.
Yeah.
Did you go wing it over to the Science Museum afterwards?
No, so I didn't want to do that because I wanted to do as much as we could in that museum. I think when people go to that, because there's like so many museums in the area, I think it's actually a mistake to go, we'll do 4 or 5 because they're so big. And and it like I'm not going to be. It's so much hassle. I'm not going back again. Not for another 10 years. No, but it's really big anyway, and it's really just on a serious note. It is great for kids because it's really tactile.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You think you go and it's that's just you can't touch the dodo. No, you can't touch the dodo, but there's loads of other things to touch.
Yeah.
But there's just
it's amazing.
But all the stuffed animals just look so like dusty, weird, and depressing. Yes, I'm not. It's just if they still looked. If the panda looked like it had just been stuffed like big and fluffy, I love panda. Every time I see a panda, I want to cuddle it. You don't want to see the panda you don't want to cuddle the panda they got. that is
a nightmare.
Literally, it's got mothballs and dry. It looks like it's not. It looks like it was killed 300 years ago, and it needs a bit of TLC. It needs a read out soon condition or something. It's not right. So yeah, the dead animals ain't that great, but all the others are good.
Yeah, so it's like proper bad taxidermy in there now, is it?
It just doesn't age well, does it? It just doesn't. I don't think it ages well. And how could it?
They don't get the eyes right. That's the problem. The eyes never look right.
Especially for animals that are still here. So like, there's a stuffed parrot here, and I don't know why it's here because there's still parrots. Like I could just go on YouTube and look at a parrot, or I can watch like David Attenborough. So it just feels really weird that there's all these stuffed animals that are still around and bountiful.
No man.
Have you been to the one in Tring? There's like a
smaller. I've not been to it, but that's on my to-do list.
I think I must have gone on a school trip, and the only thing I can really remember from it, apart from it just being a mini natural history museum, was there was some sort of stuffed mountain goat on this like pretend mountain, and it was literally the most shittest, but also most terrifying thing I think I've ever seen in my life, and it was definitely the eyes. Horrible.
What an odd,
nice,
because
mountain goat nightmares.
And then they've just nailed him into the wall, so we can believe that mountain goats can cling onto walls.
Yeah, look at his balance. Look at his balancing skills, guys. It's amazing, this mountain goat.
Yeah, brilliant. I just very odd. Wow. But I didn't know there was one in Tring until I went to the website yesterday, and I thought, that'd be quite a fun thing to do one day for a road trip or a train trip. But yeah, it's very weird. But I thought the rock section was the best bit.
All right.
Yeah, so don't tell my daughter though, because she'll cuss me out. But I genuinely thought it was the best bit. It was really interesting.
You love rocks.
I love a rock. Yeah.
No, you did.
Yeah, and you love your well, not the crack rocks though.
Nice.
But we're talking about that.
Not today.
Not the methamphetamine, the good kind. I like granite.
Excellent.
Thursday was very educational by the sounds of it. What was Friday?
Is this week or last week? I've done the wrong week. I got picked up. Oh, so yeah.
Well, normally it's last week.
Well,
normally it's last week, but it's okay. It's fine. You could actually say what you're doing tomorrow.
I'm going back to get my dress.
Excellent.
It's just generally true. We're going on a family trip to the dentist. We're all getting our checkups at the same time.
Excellent. You've got to do it. You've got to do it together.
I've got there was a news article in the news recently about how there's no NHS dentists, and I tested this because when I was trying to get dentists for my kids, I had to call about 20 dentists, and eventually we got this dentist, and it's the most ghetto dentist. It felt like going to someone's house, and they've got sort of 3 dentist chairs. There's 3 dentists, and the rooms are divided with room dividers like concertinas, so you can hear everything that's happening in the other room, and it's basically someone's house. Everything feels like it should be. It's got all the certificates that say this is a great place, but like the eyes and what I see with my eyes and what I see in the certificate, they don't match, sadly. But that was all we could, and then when I took my daughter up for her first checkup, when we signed her up, dentist just said she refused to open her mouth, obviously. Yeah. And when she did, the dentist just looked in her mouth, counted the teeth, and said, "Yeah, she's fine." And I was like, What? Like, that doesn't feel like a very. I could have done that. So it is a bit ghetto, but they they obviously. I mean, I don't know. It's fine. So I registered with them because I was like, I don't have a dentist. What if I get my teeth kicked in? What? I don't know. What if I bite into an apple,
a rock?
Yeah, exactly. So I thought I'd register them, and they're getting checkups tomorrow, so I'm getting my checkup. So it'll be a big family dentist trip. I've no idea. I haven't thought it through, or I have thought it through, but I've just ignored my concerns because when I'm in the chair, I don't know who the fuck's gonna look after them. This is basically fundamentally a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. Like they can. So
you got to take them in there with you.
Well, they're going to be in there, but even then, they're going to be. And what children do is they survey a room and they look for the most dangerous thing in the room and they try and eat it. They do. And this is a dentist. They're going to find the drill. They're going to find the laughing gas. They're going to find every sharp implement and start stabbing themselves. Yep. So I'll have to take the iPad with me, I think.
Good plan.
Yeah, and then after that, we're going to go
or you could see if the dentist can knock them out, maybe.
Give them a bit of nitrous oxide or whatever it is they use.
Yeah, that might work.
Yes. So that's and I hope I've always prided myself on taking good care of my teeth, but dentists will tell you the truth, but yeah, I've not had a checkup for like 15 years. So
no, me too.
Athena.
I know.
What?
I've not registered. What happened was I used to be registered always near where I used to change my job a lot. So I would genuinely always get a new dentist close to where I work, so I could go to work. Yeah. And then one day I just didn't re-register with someone. Maybe I found it a bit hard, and I just never kept it up. Sadly.
Yeah, I'd like to say I'm the same, but mine is mainly due to I just don't want to go near a dentist, really.
Alex.
Because I do generally, even though I haven't had a checkup for ages, I remember the last one I had was really painful. Because he had to.
Did you have a clean? I find the clean.
I had a clean. I think I had a clean.
Horrible.
And it was agony. And I just thought, what are you doing? This is so painful.
I hear that.
Because they scrape. He's gone now. And they scrape like the nerves. Like, what are you cleaning? So
jeez. Yeah, I've had one of those, and I complained about the lady, and then she wasn't there the next time I went back. So I was like, was that me? Did I make that lady lose her job?
Yes, you did.
Good.
Yes, you did.
That'll learn you. No, it's not the best day out, is it? But it's got to be done. So, and I reckon those certificates, though, they're off the internet, aren't they?
Yes, I noticed actually it was inkjet printer, just like. I mean, it's
still warm.
They seem. I mean, it's just what it is. It's just a bit rough around the edges. But these are the compromises we make in this economy, and
you have to. Yeah, my youngest had. She was born basically with like a bit of a gammy tooth. It didn't have any enamel on it, and then she got this like big sort of like blister thing over the top of it. It's got a proper name, but I can't remember what it was. And I just couldn't even get her seen by the dentist. They were like, no, it's COVID. And I was like, what's she supposed to do? Die of like some weirdo blistery non-enamel weird tooth thing? And they were like, yeah, but she's not registered here. I was like, mate, she's just been born. What do you want me to do? I'm like, obviously not been born with teeth, but you know what I mean. Like, she wasn't very old. She was about 7 months old or something, and it's a proper battle.
It's honestly but genuinely,
take what you can get.
Like there was this big it's a really big deal what's happening anyway. I like to talk about the NHS. But yeah.
Hi, Alex.
I'm really sorry. My internet just went completely there, and I missed all of that.
We were just talking about
gammy teeth.
We were talking about the NHS and gammy teeth. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's all right then. I didn't miss much.
No.
Hopefully it all recorded okay. I'm sure it's fine. It's still going. So I don't know what's going on with the internet today.
Do you guys have fillings?
Yes,
I've got one. Yeah,
because I don't have any, and my partner thinks I'm some kind of freak for not having fillings.
Like, I only got mine about 2 years ago, so I'm the same age as you. So I think I've done all right.
He looked at me like I was frigid. Like, you don't have fillings. You don't have fillings. What? Yeah, don't you eat sugar? What? Yeah, you brush teeth. What? Honestly, he looks at me like I was afraid to hold hands in public. I was like, is this?
Well, see, I'm 43. I'm 43 and I've got, I must have like 5 or 6 fillings, but I was very, very neglectful of my teeth when I was younger, so that's probably the reason why.
Oh, okay. I've always looked at. I'm generally when I was a kid, I ate as many sweets as anyone else. But I've always been really particular about looking after my teeth. And as an adult, I'm a savoury person, so I'm not really.
Yeah, same.
If there's Haribo in front of me, I'll take it or leave it. But put a jacket potato in front of me, and fucking put my face in it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, of course.
I imagine a jacket potato for me is what a cleavage is for straight men. I'm just like, let me put my face in it.
Or possibly a jacket potato for a straight man as well, actually, if I'm honest.
Or 2 pushed together to like tits. My gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, nice thinking.
Cheese and beans on it. I like a sweet thing, but I think, savoury probably is the way forward. But I do need to go to the dentist, definitely. My teeth are falling apart, literally falling apart on occasion. There's a tooth in the back that has broken twice. Once, the first time it broke, it was on a rich tea biscuit, and that's not right.
That's not a hard biscuit, mate.
No,
they're not.
That's an elderly biscuit. That's what you find at people's homes, you know.
Yeah, and that's when I realised there was a tooth in it, because I was like, oh, well, that's a hard thing. What's that? And that horrible moment when that happens, and your tongue immediately goes to where the tooth should have been. And you just start tonguing it. You're like, oh God.
Go to the fucking dentist. God's sake. I mean, you're in Eastbourne. There must be loads of spaces, because isn't everyone just old and like a bit dead there? So there must be loads of spaces at dentists there. Sign up.
Okay. All right, I will. Okay, Hayley.
Mum ran.
I'll do that then. Thank you very much. So that's tomorrow. You've got your dentist, and what else was there? Sorry.
Oh, I'm gonna go to get the clothes that I couldn't get on Monday because she was still making them.
That's right. That's right.
But that's cool. So that will be done, and then I have to. It might have to be another sandpit afternoon. Actually, don't check my diary. I'm one of those people. It might have to be another sandpit afternoon. I think I have myself a little nap. Stick them in the sandpit. Yeah.
Fair play, yeah.
Thank you.
Nice.
Maybe a game of Pirates.
I'm going to join in though.
They'll make me walk the plank. You mad?
No. Right. I know. No, our kids love The Floor is Lava, and I'm like, I can't be bothered.
Oh
guys.
God. And it's so dangerous. All I see whenever the cushions come out onto the floor, I see an episode of 999 Michael Burke. Totally. It's a horrible game. Horrible.
Have you actually seen The Floor is Lava? There's a program.
I've not seen the Netflix. I've not watched it. No, I daren't play it in this house because the minute they see it, they'll just.
The kids found it. We haven't got Netflix anymore, but because they put the prices up, didn't they? So I was not having that. But yeah, when they found it, it was literally like, come in, cushions, they're everywhere. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you playing The Floor is Lava again, guys? And someone's got a scrape on their head, someone's got a bruise on their arm. But seriously, man, they're having the best time of their lives. They loved it.
You never become more aware of every corner in your room. The radiators have corners. Did you know that? The skirting boards have corners. Everything has a corner. It's just horrendous. Fucking coasters have a corner. Everything has there are sharp edges all over your house. If you don't know, play The Floor is Lava, and then you'll just everything will go into darkness except for the sharp edges, which will just shine brightly, and it's horrendous.
Basically, yeah, you nailed it.
Chairs, all of your chairs, guys. They've got about 20 corners on a chair. Horrible.
At least, yes, it's a dangerous game. I try and squeeze in Saturday. See how we go.
Yeah, are you doing anything on Saturday?
No,
you're asking her out for a date, Alex.
Alex, a bit of sandpit action.
Are you doing
a bit of adult sandpit action. Yeah. I hear you. Partner's out of town. I think I might have mentioned it.
It gets everywhere. We're gone.
I've got a 3-day, so I'm just. I don't know. What should I do?
Oh no, this is the problem. This is what I have. If I ever get a free day, which is rare, they're rare. So then you go, I should do this. I should do all this stuff, but I want to do this. And then by the time you've decided what you're going to do, it's like 4:00, and that's it.
But it's always with the kids, right? So it's like I've got to do something with them, and I don't. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take them to a different park.
Okay.
That's enough, isn't it?
Mix it up, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't you do anything for you, Athena?
But the thing is, it's against the law. You can't just leave them. Like, you can't just get your nails done. Alex, like, yeah, like, I'd love to.
Alex is like, yeah, just leave the kids in the house, go and get your nails done, babe.
Like, they're just always there. It's like Tamagotchis. You got to carry them with you all the time.
Oh, I didn't realise it was like them. Okay.
So I'd love to do something for me. That's so sweet. Like, why do something for you? Because I have to like look after them. It's kind of the law. It's literally written, like you get in trouble when you don't.
Loads of trouble.
It's fine.
I know, I've been there.
It's fine.
Go on a spa day, Athena. Treat yourself. Oh yeah. It's self-care. Yeah. But I genuinely do love spending time with them. It really gives me lots of jokes and pleasure.
Course,
I'm gonna think of something nice and cheap because no money. So yeah, I'll do something. Oh, I forgot to mention, I went to cinema alone. Did I say that?
No.
You did what now?
Last night, I went to the cinema alone.
Nice.
I got a comedy show, didn't work out. He double booked, whatever. Saw Nope. Wicked. It was so good.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so good. So pleased I went to see it. It was the most expensive cinema trip ever because I paid for a sitter because I thought I was working. So I had to pay, but it was brilliant. So great. I might have decided it was a good film because it was so expensive.
Shit, actually, but it has to be the best film I've ever seen to justify it.
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you've got a Cineworld card, right? And you can just see as many films as you want in that week or that month.
Yeah.
And then you can walk out of crap. You can be like, oh, that was awful. But when you do spend like £15 on the cinema ticket, you are more inclined to enjoy it, definitely.
I said to my husband, why don't we get one of those like Cineworld Unlimited cards? He went, babe, we've got 3 kids, 7 and under. We're never going to be able to go to the cinema. And I went, oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Unless you're watching Paw Patrol, you ain't going to cinema, sadly.
I'm watching that shit.
But Nope was great for reasons I won't go into because we'll be here for 3 days. It was wonderful. I thought it was a brilliant film.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've heard good things.
Good.
Yeah, definitely.
I've literally never even heard of this film, so I'm going to go and look it up after this.
Oh, it's a new Jordan Peele one.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, blimey.
He did Get Out and Us. It doesn't matter.
I do know that. Yeah. I've seen Get Out. That was excellent.
So I'm of the opinion that I think Nope is his best work. I'm of the opinion. Now I've digested it, I think it's his best work.
Okay.
I think it's so clever. Cool. And do you like alien movies?
Yeah.
Okay, if you like alien movies, there is so much in it that connects to loads of other alien movies. You'll love it even more. So if you love like Close Encounters, if you love like Close Encounters and like those kind of alien, not like Alien, but the kind of UFO alien movies, you'll love. You'll really like it. Yeah.
Well, we got a couple of kid-free nights next week, so I reckon that'll have to be on the agenda.
Yeah, I think it's a good date movie because you can talk a lot about it. Yeah, no sex, so not that kind of date movie, but like not kinky, fine. But it's a conversation piece. It's a conversation piece.
Amazing. Love it.
Oh, marvellous. All right, well, that's since I've got proper internet now at the moment, I'm going to wrap this little baby up. But thank you so much for your patience, Athena. Is there anything you need to plug or get off your chest or confess to?
God, what am I just know? I'm on the internet.
You are.
You can find me and follow me. That'd be nice. Otherwise, But that's it. I've said it. I've got it all out. There's nothing left. I'm empty.
Yeah,
empty vessel.
I'm empty. Yeah.
I'm on the internet as well sometimes. Yeah.
Well, occasionally. Not today much.
Oh, it's just been awful. It's one of those ones that, I had such high hopes it was going to go really well, and then the internet just goes and pulls the rug.
No, Alex, you stop. It has gone really well. Okay.
It has
gone well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had no input. Anyway, so fuck it.
I sabotage your internet so that I can take your job one day and become host.
Well, Hayley, if you do ever want to host it, feel free.
No, you're right.
Is this the pass? Is this the pass or the baton? Right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Not so much a pass, more of a throw.
Throw it at my head.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this podcast.
Nice.
Who edits it? Who edits it?
Alex.
Oh, Hayley, stay well away from this podcast. No, you don't want. No. You don't edit. And I've been waffling. I've given everything out of order. Oh, hold on a minute. I meant to say this 30 minutes ago. And hold on a minute. I forgot. It's going to be a nightmare. Don't you dare. I don't want to see you hosting this podcast.
I'm going to actually edit more of myself into this podcast as I put it back.
No, it's been a dream. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
No, my pleasure. Thank you for asking. It's been a lot of fun.
Anything else to add, Hayley?
No, just I've had a really nice time. Me and Athena have been having a lovely chat. Don't know about you, but we're good. We're good.
I've just been sat here swearing, so that's great.
That's normally me though, Alex. To be fair, so
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Role reversal.
Anyway, so my thanks to Athena Kugblenu. My thanks to Hayley Pettitt. I've been Alex Sievewright, and that was the week that was. Was it? Goodbye. Hello, I've got bad delay. It's gone off. What is going on? So, my internet is being a complete pain in the arse. Sorry about this. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know what's going on. It's all gone wrong.